LPCE is leader in lighting and electrical test instruments. Hello everyone, this is Daisy. Let me introduce to you the installation and use of the LPCE-3 CCD Spectroradiometer integrating sphere compact system. The following is the video catalog. 1. Hardware installation. 2. Software installation. 3. System calibration. 4. Measurement. 5. Error self, inspection and maintenance. Please check the packing list, and there are usually 2 wooden boxes in total. The smaller one is an AC power source. LPCE has 3 kinds of AC power sources: LSP series high precision AC power source, LSP VARS series AC power supply, LSPS series AC power supply. The bigger wooden box contains the following products: integrating spheres with cabinet, DC power supply, digital power meter, standard lamps, assistant lamp, software CD, calibration certificates, and other accessories. If you also purchased a small sphere, it is usually embedded on the left of the cabinet. The LMS 7000 spectroradiometer and the connection: optical fiber connection with spectrometer and small sphere, and USB converter have been integrated in the cabinet. The optical fiber needs to be connected to the big sphere later. The DC power supply is in a separate carton. LPCE has 2 kinds of DC power supplies: DC series high precision power supply and DCS series DC power supply. The digital power meter is also in a separate carton. LPCE has 3 kinds of digital power meters: LS2008R, LS2010, and LS2012. There is another carton contains standard lamps, assistant lamp, catalog of products, calibration certificates, and a CD. The CD contains user manuals, lighting standards, calibration certificates, and warranty cards. Accessories for the big sphere are tied to the bottom of the other side of the integrating sphere, such as the holder base, E27E40 holder and T5T8 lamp tube fixture. Assemble the system after all the equipment and accessories are taken out. Use an Allen screwdriver to remove the 2 covers of the cabinet. Place the DC power supply on the right side of the first layer. Please note that only the DCS series DC power supply can be put in. The DC series high precision DC power supply is too big to be put in. Connect the RS-232 communication cable, DC power supply input plug and output wires reserved at this position to the back of the DC power supply. No need to connect the upper 2 terminals. Put the digital power meter on the left of the first layer, and connect the RS-232 communication cable, the power input plug and the 4 test wires V1, V2, A1, A2 as shown. Put the AC power supply in the lower layer. Please note that only the LSP VARS and LSPS series AC power supplies can be put in. The LSP series high precision AC power source is too big to put in. Connect the RS-232 communication cable, input plug, and output wires to the back of the AC power supply. Please note that the output wires L, N, and PE cannot be connected incorrectly. Adjust the position of the AC power supply, DC power supply and power meter. Put all the covers back to their original positions and fix them with screws. Install the optical fiber to the big integrating sphere. Please pay special attention that the optical fiber breaks easily. Don't bend the fiber. Remove the 2 screws that lock the integrating sphere. Open the integrating sphere. Make sure that the fiber end and the inside of the integrating sphere are on the same plane. The holder base can be installed at the top or bottom of the integrating sphere. Here is an example of installing the holder base at the bottom. Loose the socket head screw, and remove the block. Pass the 4 core wires through the hole. And also insert the bottom of the holder base into the hole. After adjusting the direction of the holder base, lock the socket head screw. Please note that the direction of the handle should be down, same with this gap after locking. Insert the 4 core wires into the 4 terminals of the cabinet according to the color. If you need to use the small integrating sphere, there are 2 wires on the side. Just insert them into 2 of the 4 terminals of the cabinet according to the color. Connect the 2 USB wires to the black USB 2.0 ports of the computer. The main power cord of the system is fixed at the bottom of the cabinet. Please connect the system to 220V 50 Hz AC power. After all the connections, insert the key and turn on the system. Listen, LPCE-3 software can run on any Windows system. The computer needs to be equipped with at least 2 USB 2.0 communication ports. Copy all the files in the CD to the computer. Double-click to install the LMS 7000 software. If the installation process prompted to install the Microsoft Net framework, please double-click to install the framework. Double-click to install the driver for the LMS 7000. Double-click to install the driver for the communication box. Open Device Manager of your computer. If all installed successfully, you can see the LMS 7000 device and 4 COM ports. We need to calibrate the system before measurement. If you have 2 integrating spheres, you need to select Edit in the default at the top of the software. Add the big sphere and the small sphere. Select the corresponding sphere to calibrate according to step 3.2. If there is only one sphere, you can go directly to step 3.2. Please note, LPCE provides standard lamps with different power depending on different size of the integrating spheres. Please do not use the wrong standard lamp for calibration. Put on the gloves and install it carefully in the E27 holder on the holder base. Adjust the holder base up and down so that the bulb is in the center of the integrating sphere. There is a built-in cross laser in LPCE big integrating spheres. Turn on the laser switch. You can refer to the cross laser in the sphere to confirm whether the bulb is in the center. The cross laser may point to wrong direction due to the transportation. Then you need to remove the first panel of the cabinet. Turn this cover counterclockwise to make the cross laser adjustable. Use a tape measure from the bottom center of the sphere. Adjust the direction of the cross laser to make sure it points to the center of the integrating sphere. Turn the cover clockwise to lock it after adjustment. Then install the panel back. Remember to turn off the cross laser after adjustment. Connect the wires of the lamp holder to the holder base and close the integrating sphere. Our integrating sphere standard lamps are all DC lamps. Please adjust this switch to DC. Click the calibration button in the software navigation bar to enter the calibration interface. select the correct DC power supply model. Click Search port to communicate with the DC power supply successfully. Prepare the data of the standard lamp. The data is on the standard lamp box and the calibration certificate. Input the current, voltage, color temperature and luminous flux of the standard lamp. No need to change other settings. Click on to turn on the standard lamp. Make sure the current value displayed on the DC power supply is stable and same with the calibration certificate. The CC indicator light is on. The other sphere also needs to be closed when you calibrate if there are two integrating spheres. Click Start to enter the calibration process. The DC power supply turns on the constant current output, and then automatically turns off so that the software performs 0. After the 0 is successful, the DC power supply automatically restarts the constant current output. The software enters the countdown. The software will calibrate automatically after the 15 minutes warm-up time. The calibration results displays automatically after calibration. As shown in the figure, a smooth spectral curve appears. The color temperature and luminous flux of the calibration interface are close to the entered values. Then the calibration is successful. If the difference is big, please confirm the following factors. The optical fiber is good or broken, the fiber connection is good or not. The standard lamp was turned on normally or not during the calibration. After the calibration is successful, click Save and Exit. You need to calibrate the system every week if the device is used frequently. If computer is changed, you also need to recalibrate the system. You can do the test after the successful calibration. Install the sample lamp in the center of the integrating sphere. The bulb can use the E2740 lamp holder equipped with adapters. T5-T8 tubes can be installed on the lamp tube fixture. There are 2 wires at each end of the fixture. Use the 2 wires of one end for single-ended lamp tubes. Use 1 wire of each end for double-ended lamp tubes. Other lamps can be fixed on the holder base directly. Special fixtures can also be customized according to the size of the sample lamps. Connect the lamp power wires to the terminals of the holder base. If it is a DC lamp, please pay attention to the polarities. Take the AC sample lamp as an example. Install the sample lamp in the center of the integrating sphere and connect the power wires. Turn on the AC power supply and the power meter. Turn the switch to AC. Close the integrating sphere. Click Assistant Lamp Revision. Confirm that you are using the right revision coefficient. Bared light sources and small luminaires don't need to use assistant lamp. Big luminaires need to use assistant lamp because of the self-absorption problem. Step 4.3 will explain in detail how to use the assistant lamp. Click to enter the system configuration interface. Communicate with AC power supply, DC power supply, digital power meter, spectroradiometer according to the 1.1 packing list. Luminous LMS 7000 series spectroradiometer has a variety of wavelength ranges. It is need to be set according to the model that you purchased. Select the correct power supply model and power meter model for the sample lamp. Enter the correct diameter. Other settings can be set by default without modification. Enter the correct voltage and frequency for the sample lamp. Always select Auto for the integration time. Enter a reasonable warm-up time, and click Single Test to start the test. After the warm-up time is over, the software will automatically perform the test and display the test results. If you do the continuous test, enter the appropriate warm-up time and interval time. Click Continuous Test. After the warm-up time is over, the software will automatically run the test and save them at the bottom of the software at each interval. If the sample is a DC lamp, turn the switch to DC. Enter the system configuration. Select the correct DC power supply model according to the 1.1 packing list. Select the same model for the power meter. Enter the correct current and voltage for the sample. Select CC constant current output or CV constant voltage output. Auto for the integration time. Enter the warm-up time, then start the test. As mentioned above, if you are testing big luminaires in the integrating sphere, such as street light or panels, you need to use the assistant lamp. Click Assistant Lamp Revision. Select Add and input the sample model. According to the tips here, install the standard lamp and assistant lamp. No need to connect the wires for the standard lamp. Close the integrating sphere. Press down the assistant lamp switch. Select the correct DC power supply model and communicate. Enter the correct current and voltage of the assistant lamp and click Next. After 15 minutes preheating, the software goes to the next step. According to the tips here, open the integrating sphere and remove the standard lamp, install the sample lamp. Close the integrating sphere. Click Next on the software. The assistant lamp revision will display on the software after few seconds. Click OK and Yes, the software will turn off the assistant lamp automatically. Turn off the assistant lamp switch. After the assistant lamp revision coefficient is generated, refer to step 4.2 for testing. After the test, you can preview and print the test report. Check the print options. LPCE spectrometers can generate two kinds of test reports. Print the photometric, colorimetric, and electric test report. Print the spectrum data report. The following are FAQs and maintenance instructions. If the power meter shows a negative power factor, please switch the connection of A1, A2 test wires on the back of the power meter. If there is an error in the test results, please check the following items: whether the optical fiber is damaged, whether the standard lamp is still in the period of validity, whether the DC power supply is constant current output when calibration, whether the calibration is successful, whether the standard lamp and sample lamp are installed in the center of the integrating sphere, whether the two integrating spheres are all closed during calibration and testing, whether the correct revision coefficient is used. Since the inner coating of the integrating sphere is very special and important, please wear the white gloves when doing any operation in the integrating sphere. If there is dust inside the integrating sphere, please use a blower for cleaning. Avoid direct contact with the inner coating of the integrating sphere with any material. Keep the integrating spheres closed when not in use. If the inner coating of integrating sphere is damaged due to accidental drop during operation, we will provide professional coating and usage. Thanks for watching.